she was in a struggle. Both her ankles are broken, her hands, her legs, her, like, I don't know if she was hit or like in the head, but it's like, it's very gruesome details.
It's just honestly like, I can't imagine like what my sister went through, and it just pains me to even think about it.
So what really happened to Maleesa Mooney, a 31-year-old black woman found beaten to death and stuffed inside a refrigerator inside her apartment in downtown LA on September the 12th? When did Maleesa Mooney die? Was she really pregnant? Who did this to her? So many questions. We got the autopsy report. We got the police reports. And with those details, let's take a look at Maleesa's story. Come on, ride with me. Maleesa moved into her apartment at Sky at Bunker Hill in downtown LA at the beginning of August 2023.
She told my mom like earlier, like at the end of August, that she missed her period and stuff. Like, she's like excited, giddy about it.
According to Maleesa's sister, Jordan Pauline, after moving into this new apartment at the beginning of August, by the end of August, Maleesa claimed to have missed her period and thought she was pregnant. Pregnant by who? And where was she living before she moved into this new apartment? Because after making this move into the new apartment and thinking she was pregnant, Maleesa decided to take a trip to Miami. Who did she go with? Or who did she go see? Did this trip have anything to do with what happened to her?
She just got back from Miami, so on the 3rd.
So Maleesa returned from her trip from Miami on Sunday, September the 3rd. According to the reports, on Tuesday, September the 5th, surveillance videos from her apartment building caught Maleesa, another female, and a man getting into one of the elevators and getting off on the 5th floor. Maleesa lived on the 5th floor. Have this male and female been identified? Did they all go to Maleesa's apartment? How long were they there? If police have video of them coming, then there should be video of them leaving, correct? There is no details in the report to answer those questions. I wonder why. According to the police, Maleesa was last seen alive on Wednesday, September the 6th. She is seen on surveillance video on one of the elevators. Where was she coming from? Or better yet, where was she going? It doesn't say in the reports, but they did take note of the fact that on the last day that she was seen alive, Maleesa's vehicle was issued a parking ticket. I wonder what that was all about. Where was she illegally parked? On Thursday, September the 7th, a man was seen using Maleesa's key fob to get on the elevator and carrying plastic bags to her apartment. So they got this man on camera carrying bags to her apartment. I wonder what was in the bags. Groceries, maybe? Who is this guy? I'm sure the police wanted to find him. He was using her key fob. You can't tell me they ain't want to talk to him. And guess what? They don't mention this man no more in the police reports. Well, shit, did they find him? Was he cleared? It makes me question whether or not Maleesa was still alive on Thursday, September the 7th.
So the sister tells me, Alex and Christine, that the new neighbors of Maleesa saw her coming back to the apartment last Thursday with friends. They saw the friends leave, but she didn't.
So, wait a minute. Maleesa's sister, Jordan Pauline, said that neighbors saw Maleesa and friends on Thursday, September the 7th. But how can that be? According to the police report, Maleesa and her friends were seen on surveillance video on Tuesday, not Thursday. So who do we believe? I'm going with the video. Maybe the neighbors had their days mixed up, you know what I mean? But whether it be Tuesday or Thursday, take note of the fact that they said they seen Maleesa arrive with her friends and then the friends left. which would have been that guy and that girl. Okay? But I wonder who Jordan Pauline got this information from. Because the reports don't mention Maleesa being seen alive on Thursday, September the 7th. And if she was, it should be in the reports, don't you think? Somebody lying. According to the police, on Saturday, September the 9th, Maleesa was supposed to go to her old residence to pick up the rest of her belongings, but she never arrived. I wonder who gave them that information. And when I read this, my first thought was, where's her old residence? Was she living with somebody? And if so, who? So on Saturday, September the 9th, Maleesa was supposed to go get the rest of her stuff. And then her sister told us this.
I just found out through, the family, through a guy she was talking to. They said that they were, expecting. They were supposed to go to the hospital, to that previous week, that following week up to she just got back from Miami. So on the 3rd, I believe she's supposed to have a doctor's appointment on the 9th or something.
So Maleesa was supposed to go to the doctor on a Saturday with this guy. I wonder when Jordan spoke to him. Was that before or after they found Maleesa? Up until this point, Saturday, September the 9th, the family had not heard from Maleesa. Matter of fact, this article states that Jordan Pauline said at some point her text messages to her sister went from blue to green. Now we know Maleesa had an iPhone. So what exactly does that mean? I mean, was her phone turned off? Or had her sister been blocked at some point? What exactly does that mean? So for my iPhone users, if you got an answer for this, put it in the comments for us. Teach us something, okay? I mean, I really want to know what day the text messages went from blue to green. And I know this might not be important to some, but if this is true, to me, this is an important detail, and the answer would help with the timeline. And it should be in Jordan's phone, right? It could be one of the reasons why Jordan was worried about her sister and called the police for a welfare check on Sunday, September the 10th. In the reports, it says that the police went to Maleesa's house on that Sunday. They knocked on the door, no one answered, so they just left. And at first I'm like, well damn, this is a welfare check. I mean, why didn't they go in? But if you think about it, it was a Sunday. So maybe the management office wasn't open because they would have needed access to her apartment. Her apartment had what they called a keyless entry. And it sort of looks like a hotel door. So it looks like you would need a key card or a key fob to get in. The police didn't have that, so they just left. With still no signs of Maleesa, on Tuesday, September the 12th, her mother called the apartment manager, and the apartment manager called the police, and they let the police into her apartment on that Tuesday. Now, they searched Maleesa's apartment, and they took note of the fact that there was food left out on the counter. And when they looked in the refrigerator, they found Maleesa beaten with her hands tied behind her back, tied to her ankles, like she was hog-tied and left in her own refrigerator. When they found Maleesa, she was wearing a leopard print romper and blue underwear. She had bruises all over her face that included 2 black eyes and a large bump on her forehead. She had blunt force trauma to her whole body, but no defensive wounds.
Had trauma, her whole body, damaged her entire body from her head to her toes.
The mortuary said that they had to literally, and I'm quoting, put her back together again?
When they found Maleesa, she was wrapped in several pieces of clothing. She had sweaters and dresses and tank tops wrapped all around her body. Not to mention, a pink vest was stuffed inside her mouth. Now, they found blood in that refrigerator, and it makes you wonder, was Maleesa put into that refrigerator alive? They pronounced her dead September the 12th at 4:25 p.m. They collected evidence from Maleesa's apartment, and they tested the clothing used to tie her up. And get this, they also collected a maxi pad with blood on it. Yeah, you heard me. A maxi pad with blood on it. So was Maleesa really pregnant? I'm back on that. Maybe it was just a pregnancy scare. Ladies, y'all know how it be. Maybe she just was late. But for some reason, it just was so much smoke around Maleesa being pregnant. It don't feel right.
Whoever is responsible also took the life of Mooney's unborn baby. Pauline says her sister was 2 months pregnant and had always wanted to be a mom.
The toxicology report stated that Maleesa had cocaine and alcohol in her system. Now, I read that cocaine stays in your blood for up to 3 days. And if that's correct, and they found her September the 12th, if we go back 3 days, we had Saturday, September the 9th. So what's really going on here? Now, I don't know what Maleesa was into. I don't even know what type of people she ran with. All we know is that this girl lost her life. She's no longer with us. And her sister jumped in the spotlight trying to give us all the details that she could. She did interview after interview. And in this interview right here, they played some videos from Maleesa's TikTok page. And this video caught my eye because there was comments left on the screen, like this one right here. This. If I start talking, this bitch is going to be terrified. Who wrote this? Start talking about what? Terrified for what? I don't know, but it sounds like somebody knows something about something. In that same video, while Maleesa showed off her beauty, another comment was made, and it bothered me. This comment, yeah, show the girls what I'm working with. Huh? What does that sound like to you? To me, it sounds like someone who sees her as a trophy, almost possessive in a way, like, look what I got, this belongs to me. Somebody who wants to make other girls jealous of her beauty. It's heartbreaking to know that Maleesa was severely beaten. Somebody stripped her of her beauty and left her for dead, which is why her family had to have a closed casket. What just happened here? What are your thoughts? Time will tell. Just keep riding. Rest in heaven, Maleesa.